and start the recording so I don't forget. But thank you all for joining WBEC ORV's Doing Business with our corporate series for today. My name is Dr. Kitiana Lowe, and I'm the Director of Administration here at WBEC ORV. And our Doing Business series is just a really great opportunity for our WBEs to get to know our new, not even our new, but our corporate partners or corporate members, and an opportunity to learn how to do business with that organization. So I am going to go ahead and share my screen, and I am thrilled to share that we have sorry, I hit the wrong button. We have Tara Walker with us today from Cincinnati Metro. And if that name does not sound familiar to you all, they used to be known as Sorta. And Tara will go into things to share about with you all about that name change. But before I share more information about Tara, just want to have everybody have the opportunities to kind of meet our ORV team. If you aren't already familiar, our fearless leader, Lenny Smith, is our president and CEO. And then alongside our team, we have Colleen Rudisell, who's our director of certification and outreach, Stephen Easley, who is our fractional chief marketing officer. And then our certification team, we have Robert Moore, who is our manager of certification, and Angela Ruff, who is our certification specialist, as well as Catherine Macon, who's our manager of marketing and communications, and Byron Stallworth, who is our corporate relations consultant. So we are a mighty team of 8 who work fearlessly and fervently to put together some amazing opportunities for our WBEs and corporate partners. And so just to share a little bit about Tara, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen so that way you all can see her face here. So just to share a little bit about Tara. So she is the Vendor Diversity and Inclusion Manager at Cincinnati Metro, which is the regional bus system in Cincinnati and Southwest Ohio. She serves as the DBE liaison for SORTA, which is Cincinnati Metro, and has been involved in procurement, serving as a buyer, and has assisted with other civil rights programs. As the Vendor Diversity and Inclusion Manager, she has helped build the Supplier Diversity Program and has helped increase small and disadvantaged businesses' participation in contracts by 11,000% since the beginning of her career in 2019. She has been recognized for her efforts in inclusivity in contracting. Recently, she won the CLIMB Award, which is Cincinnati Lifts Inclusion and Minority Business, which is presented by Cincinnati's Business Courier and the Cincinnati USA Regional Chamber for her efforts, and has also won SORTA's CEO Star Award. Tara has a passion for helping others and is committed to making a difference. She is an advocate for equity and leveling the playing field. And so I am excited to introduce Tara Walker, and thank you so very much for joining us today.
Thank you for the introduction. So we were SORTA, Southwest Ohio Regional Transit Authority, and we just went through a rebranding, and people were really confused about SORTA and Metro at the same time. So we decided Cincinnati Metro would be the best way to go. So people were familiar with us in that way, because all of our buses say Metro, they don't say SORTA. So we also have a new logo. So if you haven't seen it yet, it's a really cute little pinwheel. It's supposed to be a spoke of a wheel, and it's got lots of bright colors. So yeah. All right. So as she said, I am Tara Walker, and I'm the Vendor Diversity and Inclusion Manager for Cincinnati Metro. So let me tell you a little bit about Metro. So go ahead and click a couple slides. So about Metro. We are the fixed route bus service in Hamilton County with commuter routes from Claremont, Butler, and Warren counties into Cincinnati. Our annual capital and operating budget is about $189 million, with about $79 million in addressable spend. And what that means is these are all the contracts we do, all the solicitations we do. So when we go out to bid and ask for proposals or bids, that's included in that $79 million. So it's competitive. We are currently in receipt of more than $200 million in federal grants, which is for our bus rapid transit. And it's actually a budget of more than $500 million because we have to provide a match. So over the next 5 to 7 years, we're going to be really, really busy. So what that means is we have a lot of money to spend and a lot of opportunities for small and disadvantaged businesses. Okay, so historical spend. This is something that was touched on when I was introduced. In 2019, when I came on board, we spent about $72,000 and had 4 contracts with XBEs. And XBE is kind of a all-inclusive thing: MBE, WBE, DBE, SBE, and all the BEs. So, which is not the highlight of my career at Metro. In my defense, I came in halfway through the year. So we had a little bit of refocus. So you can see in 2020, 2021, 2022, all the way up to 2030, we just kept building on our previous success. And so last year we had a total of $8.6 million and 43 contracts with small and disadvantaged businesses, which was an average of about $200,000 a contract. We actually had 2 businesses, one minority owned and one women owned, that had won contracts for over $1 million each. And we just awarded a $36 million contract for design of our bus rapid transit. And 4.6 million of that was awarded to DBEs. So we're currently at about 5.5 million for the first quarter. We're going to keep going, and hopefully we'll well exceed that 8.6 million from last year. Next slide. So we consider our supplier diversity program, it's as a whole. We have a policy that disadvantaged businesses have an equal opportunity to participate in the performance of all contracts. And within our supplier diversity program, we have 2 different program types. One is the Disadvantaged Business Enterprise Program, which is federally mandated and for federally assisted contracts only. The other is our Small and Disadvantaged Business Enterprise Program, which is for projects being paid for by local funds, which I'll explain later is less restrictive. So participation is encouraged on all contracts of all funding types, not just federally funded contracts where our efforts and goals are mandated. Next slide, please. So our Small and Disadvantaged Business Enterprise Program, like I said, it's for locally funded projects only, which means these are SORTA dollars or Metro dollars. So these funds will come from any kind of money from the levy that was voted for, any kind of money that we get for, services from, we work with UC, things of that nature. Those funds, they don't come from the federal government. So this is more flexible than federally funded projects. And what I mean by that is we have more room to play with our procurements, like actually having set-asides where an entire contract will be open to just small and disadvantaged businesses. The federal government doesn't allow that. We will still do goals on contracts with subcontracting opportunities, but just, in general, we still have to adhere to Ohio Revised Code. So we are considered part of government. So our procurement procedures still apply. We still encourage participation through contract goals, set-asides. We also offer extra points in proposal evaluations for making an effort to use small and disadvantaged businesses in the contract. Also, we have a wider variety of contracts, not just construction. So what do we buy? Next slide, please. This is not an exhaustive list of everything we buy. You can see security cameras, building supplies, catering services. We buy petroleum products, pest control. I mean, anything and everything you could think of. We do more than just buses. So just keep in mind, even if you don't think you would fit into our scope, you probably do, actually. So next slide, please. Our Disadvantaged Business Enterprise Program. This is a big one. This is something that the Department of Transportation created to ensure non-discriminations in the award of Department of Transportation or DOT assisted contracts. So as a condition of receiving these DOT funds, Metro is required to administer a DBE program and create overall agency goals and contract goals. So they require us to do a calculated goal every 3 years. We just did ours last year. It's good through 2026, and we've got an overall goal for the agency of 8.5%. We're already exceeding that goal. We're at 13% with the Bus Rapid Transit Design contract that we award $4.6 million to small and disadvantaged businesses. This goal applies specifically to federally funded projects only, and you have to be a certified DBE to be able to actually participate. Well, you can participate if you're not a DBE, but you have a better chance of participating or getting a subcontract if you are a DBE. So a separate agency goal with local funds was set of 20%. And that's for all the projects that you saw on a previous slide, for everything that we use, you know, catering, advertising, promotional products, I mean, just all of the above. We have a 20% goal of that. Next slide, please. So we anticipate a lot of federally funded projects. We have a total of 8 projects. That's close to $200 million in federal assistance and about $500 million total. We'll award most of these over the next 3 fiscal years, mostly construction related for Bus Rapid Transit. And we have 3 transit centers that we're actually designing right now. So the construction of those transit centers are going to happen within the next 3 years. The industries include general contractors, electrical, paving, steel, painting, landscaping, all of the above. Like I said, these are in the planning phase right now. And we establish contract goals on all of these projects because they will have subcontracting opportunities. Next slide. So Metro has software portals. We have software portals for OpenGov, which is our e-procurement software. This is where we release our solicitations where people can access the full bid. They can respond to the bid, submit their bids or proposals, ask questions. That is where all the action happens. And you have to register to bid and receive notifications. So if you scan that QR code right there, it'll take you to OpenGov. Otherwise, you could also go to our website at go-metro.com. And you can go to our doing business page. And you can also access, and I just figured this out, you can also access other entities' procurements in addition to Metro. So it's not just us on OpenGov. You could have a ton of other government agencies or just, you know, any kind of firm in general. You can see their stuff too. So you're not just limited to Metro. And it's free and it's easy. If you need help, I've got instructions that I can send you. So just, you know, shoot me an email. Next slide. We also have a supplier diversity software called Prism. We use this as a resource. This is how we communicate with small businesses. You can see any kind of upcoming events. You can see any kind of news. You can see our solicitations. You don't respond to the solicitations here, but you will have the option to look at them. It allows us to communicate with you. It's helpful for us for oversight to make sure that subcontractors, small businesses are getting paid on time. And you can register for this by going to go-metro.com/DBE-opportunities. Next slide. So Metro trainings and events. This is an exciting one. We offer quarterly trainings on topics such as cost estimating, proposal writing, and bonding. That's just for this year. Additionally, we have a meet and greet event with Metro staff and resource partners. we have an ice cream social in September and a vendor fair in December. And we partner with community partners such as ODOT, City of Cincinnati, African American Chamber, the SBA, WeBank, all of the above. All of our events are free. Every last one of them. We offer this for free so we can help you be more competitive. And a lot of people have asked me about this. If you attend the vendor fair in December, you can enter your name to win a free 3-month bus wrap. You have to be there. But currently, we just gave one to Evolution Creative. And their bus, if you can see in that picture, is rolling around town right now. They designed it, but we would design it if a small business couldn't. So all the design, application, all of it is free for 3 months. If you wanted to keep it on there, you could. But we want to make sure that small businesses have the chance to get visibility as well. Next slide. All right, so if you need more information, you can contact me at twalker@go-metro.com. I will be happy to give you any resources you need. You know, Prism is the best way for you to actually get information from us and keep yourself up to date. So I highly recommend signing up. But if you need anything, email me. I will be more than happy to help. So I appreciate the chance to get the opportunity to speak to you guys. Any questions?
I have a couple questions. My name's Lucretia Williams. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Tara, thank you so much. Let me turn my camera on. Really good presentation. My question is, well, two things. I need your email again. It went so fast. I was trying to write it down.
Walker.
Unless it's going to be email.
Yeah, we'll put it in the chat, and then also you'll all get this via email too, but we'll drop it in the chat too.
Oh, perfect. Okay. And so you all converted from Sorta to Metro. That's what I heard, right?
Yes.
Okay. So like, I believe today I got another OpenGov procurement from it says Metro at the top, but it says Sorta in the actual body of the email. Yeah. My question is, like every day I keep getting the one that's about inventory parts.
Oh yeah. That is
and I'm afraid to turn it off because I don't want to stop getting notifications, but yeah, every day we get those and I'm like, how do I stop this one?
Yeah, you can turn it off, but it's going to turn it off for all of them.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Yes. Right. So if you're in Prism, you can see what's currently in there. If you turn off the notification for OpenGov, you can still go in and, look and see what's in there. It is a catch there. I hate that, you're not the only one to say it. So yeah. I wish we could better filter it, but until we get OpenGov up and running a little smoother where we can add NAICS codes and notify people based on NAICS codes, it's kind of just that right now. And I know it's frustrating and irritating. So they do a lot of stuff in our storeroom. So it can be frustrating for sure.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. Because I own an event planning, event design company. So we don't have like products. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, when you showed the list of the type of services you are looking for, I didn't see us listed, but that doesn't mean anything to me. I know there's something that needs to be planned for something. So I'm going to. It
was on there.
Nice. I didn't see
it. It was
okay. I was trying to read through like 3 columns, so I didn't see it on there. But thank you, Dr. K. I'm glad to see it was on there because we would love to partner with you all in the future.
Yeah. So I'm actually working on a scope for event planning services for our event in December. So keep an eye out for that.
Okay. We'll do.
It is the event we did. This past December, we used an event planner, Social B. We actually limited it to small and disadvantaged businesses. So you would be competing amongst your peers.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
It is a complicated one because, we have a lot of stuff going on, within that event, there's tons of things that we have to coordinate that I cannot coordinate by myself. Sure. So the past 2 years that we've done it, they've always been small and disadvantaged businesses. And so that's just keep that in mind. We also do it for other events across the organization, which do set goals. One of them we awarded to Mills James, who is a disadvantaged business, I guess a disabled disadvantaged business. So
Yeah.
we work really hard to try to make sure that everybody gets a fair chance. But mine
Yeah.
are definitely, I don't want to say restrictive, but specifically for small and disadvantaged businesses.
Yeah, we did bid on those last two that you just mentioned and we didn't win them. And that's totally fine. We understand that, at some point we're going to win one of them, but I
Yeah.
do remember those two, and the one with Mill James, I was kind of surprised because I know they're known for like AV, obviously.
Mhm. Yeah.
But sometimes they put on a head of an event planner too. So
Yeah.
yeah, and that's
Yeah.
and that's fine. It's all good.
They subcontract out a lot,
Mhm.
and you're
Yep.
not the first person to say, I thought they were just AV stuff.
Mhm.
But they'll subcontract out just about everything under the sun. So
Yeah.
while I know that, you're going to have contracts that are, kind of subcontracts for catering and all of the above,
Hmm.
um, I know you'll be doing the bulk of the work in
Hmm.
planning. So
Hmm.
the one that I'm getting ready to do is for our event in December, and I'm going to give it a little more time this time because I know it's a rush. So I'm going to give everybody ample time to respond.
Yeah. Thank you. I
Keep
look
an eye
forward to
out.
it.
Hi, Tara. Thank you so much for this information. I'm just so amazed at what you've done with this program. The 11,000% growth for small and disadvantaged businessmen is just incredible, and I love to see it. I had a question about how contracts are awarded. Does everything go through like a public RFP process?
That's a good question. So we kind of have tiers going on. So we have a micro purchase threshold, which doesn't require competition, and it's 10,000. So anything between $250 and 10,000 doesn't require competition. Anything above that, anything $25,001 up to $100,000, we can do a request for quotes. Sometimes we'll do something competitive, like an invitation for bids or request for proposals. But typically, if it's a commodity, some type of goods, we'll do the RFQ as it's known. So we also do, like I said, an IFB and RFP, but we also do requests for technical proposals for like architectural and engineering services. So we've got a wide variety of procurement types.
Okay.
Proposals are based on evaluation scores. So we also have a training coming up this year if you're interested. And we have a video that we did last year if you're interested on, tips when it comes to writing a proposal.
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
Yeah.
And then I've just kind of been on the site here as I saw some of the links pop up, and I wanted to make sure I'm in the right place here. So with the Disadvantaged Business Enterprise Program, if I kind of scroll toward the bottom of the page, there's like a eligibility form.
Yes.
Is that where I need to put my information, and then that will start the process for getting fully registered and embedded in these systems?
It will register you for PRISM. If you
Okay.
go to the procurement page, the doing business page, you'll follow the link for OpenGov.
Got it. Okay, perfect. And then I had one more question. I was kind of looking at the open bids prior to this call as well. We do like staffing and temporary resources. And I was curious if you had any idea on like any opportunities coming up for that, or potential needs kind of going through the rest of this year, what that might look like specifically in that category.
So do you just do staffing? You don't do like background checks or anything like that?
We do, it's all full service.
Oh.
So we actually do this for COTA right now, Central Ohio Transit Authority. We've been working with them for 4 years. So we do everything from sourcing the candidates, coordinating interviews, background drug check, anything that's required for pre-employment and onboarding, and then also like just continuing to manage the resource throughout the duration of the project. So anything that entails from additional professional development,
Right.
to just checking in regularly with managers and make sure everything's going well.
Right. So we use the state contract for staffing services, but we have a separate contract for drug screens and background checks.
Okay.
So keep that in mind. We just awarded that contract. I think it might be 2, maybe 3-year contract. I think it was about a $500,000 contract. So keep that in mind. If you want our active contracts list, I will give you everything that is active right now, the amounts, who it's awarded to, and the expiration date when it was awarded. So if you want that, email me and I'll send it to you so you can see what's going on right now and when it's going to expire.
Okay, yeah, that would be wonderful. And then you said for staffing, you use the state
contract. Yes.
Okay.
So I recommend also taking a look at that. What they do is they do like a request for proposals, and then they do a multi-award where people can choose. But I know that they also have like small and disadvantaged business goals, and I know that they have specific tiers for that. So I highly recommend looking at the Ohio State contract. You
Yeah.
could be a part of that. It could drum up some business for you as well and put your name out there.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. Thank you for that recommendation.
No problem.
Perfect. This has been really good conversation. Any other questions?
Wanted to say hi to Amy. I noticed you there. We have a contract with them currently for promo items. So
Cool.
yep.
Well, hi, Amy.
Squishy buses coming.
Those sound really cute.
Oh, they are. They really are. They're going to be, we have stuff
Are they
coming.
like stress balls?
Yeah,
That's what in my
yeah.
mind. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Very
We've got
cool.
some coming for our ice cream social in September. But they're not buses, they're little ice cream cones. So I'm really excited about those. I love promo items.
They're always so fun. Always so fun. Well,
Mhm.
while we allow some more time, in case there are any other questions, I'm just going to share my screen again. I'm putting up the survey QR code. If you are not watching this on your phone, take a moment and scan the QR code and provide us with some feedback about the session. If you are watching this on your phone, that's okay, because we will be sending out the recording, the presentation, as well as the link to the survey. So that will come out via email by tomorrow. So you'll have the recording of this. You'll have all of Tara's notes. You can go back and reference them. You'll be able to see all the information. I did drop her email in the chat if anybody needs that as well. But for anybody who may be watching that isn't actually on right now, all of that will be coming out via email as well. And then just as we get ready to wrap up, I just wanted to share about some upcoming events that we have here at ORV. The first one is our Pitch Pro Talks, which is actually going to take place tomorrow, 11 a.m., I believe. It might be 1 p.m. I think it's 11 a.m. though, but it's tomorrow. And so it's our first workshop in our series of our Pitch Academy, which helps to prepare our WBEs for pitching at Catch the Wave, which, as you all may or may not know, is the first step in being able to pitch through nationals and win the big money. So this session is actually an opportunity to hear from our winners, as well as 3 of our judges, just about what our winners did to kind of get themselves prepared and what they expected and what they didn't expect and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's going to be a really great workshop. And then we also have May 9th and 10th coming up in Columbus, Ohio, is our Woman of Color event, Bold and Brilliant. And so that's a 2-day event, day and a half event, which will start with a paint and sip on Thursday evening. And then we'll have some really robust conversations, some great speakers and panel discussions that will take place on that Friday. And so you can always find all of our events on our website. If there's one that sticks out to you that you want the link to, just let me know and I will drop it in the chat for you. And then May 14th is our next Strategic Alliances workshop. We've got a great series with a great team that's been talking about how to form partnerships and alliances with other small businesses. And so that's a way that oftentimes our WBEs will kind of combine their forces together to be able to get some of those larger contracts. So Those are a couple of events we have coming up. I would be remiss if I did not mention August 26th to the 28th in Cincinnati, Ohio is our 15th anniversary for Catch the Wave. If that is not already on your calendar, please, please, please put it on there. It's going to be a really, really great event that you will not want to miss. And those are just a few of our upcoming events that we have. Did anybody else have any other final thoughts or final questions? Nope. All right. Well, hearing none, Tara, once again, thank you so very much for your time today. And for Lucretia and Chelsea and Amy, thank you all for joining us today and for asking some really great dynamic questions. Hopefully you were able to get some great answers to your questions. And like I said, all this is coming out via email. So sign up on the websites if you aren't already there. Watch those notifications. I think the fact that Tara is offering the list of those who currently have opportunities, I think that's amazing. So shoot her an email and ask her for that list, and then figure out and put it on your calendar now for what you need to start doing for next year or 2 years from now or whenever those opportunities come out. So, but thank you again for your time. You all have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you at the next event.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.